Hello everyone, welcome back once again. This time we are going to be talking about Venus in Pisces, which is J-Hope, hobbies. Venus placements in his birth chart. So we definitely are going to go deep because Pisces energy, it's all about the depths, it's all about emotions, it's all about maybe the invisible ethereal world of emotions, and it's like a never-ending kind of love. We also have to see his other's energies, of course. We will have to look at his whole birth chart, but since we do not have an accurate date, hour of birth, it's a bit impossible to see some other placements that can be like precise. But maybe if we see his Aquarius Sun, and his moon in Taurus, we can understand that he's a bit more flexible when it comes to movement, and at the same time, with his moon in Taurus, he's very stable when it comes to the way he does things, the way he feels things. He definitely takes commitments of every kind, of every sort. It's really important for him to compromise, and he's really loyal, but it takes a while for him to finally decide who he wants to have a relationship with. And once he does, he is a very loyal partner. Maybe he's that kind of person that would rather stay with the same person for a long time. And sometimes Taurus placements makes the person be not so good at being able to face some changes in the relationship. In the example of, for example, when your relationship it's not good, or it's going through troubles, and it's like you definitely can feel that it's not working out. But it's like for a Taurus moon, some bonds and some relationships they want it to last very long time, so it's hard for them to break up of a relationship. They tend to have very long relationships that maybe it's the other part of the relationship that may have to end things, because they are not really well with ending things. They are very like, Taurus energy, it's very stable, it's very like they want things to last. They try to be good partners, but sometimes they are not very flexible with that. And of course, it's really like interesting because since he is an Aquarius sign, you'd be like, sometimes Aquarius are a bit detached because they are an earth sign, so they are a bit like they are not very emotional. Actually, they like to have different experiences with when it comes to love. They are not very fond of long relationships, but he is a moon in Taurus, so we can see the Taurus energy with him. And what we can see also, I always sensed that there was something Pisces about hobby, because he's always been referred to as the sunshine of the group. And Aquarius is not very sunshine like. Actually, they are really like they are really energetic, and they are really they like change, and they are very funny, but I wouldn't call them like to be able to bright a group or to light up a mood. They are very like they do their own thing, and while it's funny, they continue doing it, but they don't have like it's not their role to be anyone's emotional support system or something like that. So whenever I see Hobby's way of smiling, when he smiles, when he is really, when he's really loving, when he's really like nurturing to the, in his own way, to the members, that we, at least what we can see from them, you can sense this vibe, this generous vibe from Pisces. I see it very much when I see his interaction with Suga, the way that with Jungi, the way he is able to connect with Jungi and to make Jungi smile. And that's because since he is a Venus in Pisces, when you're a Venus in Pisces, it's like that Pisces energy is like you use that loving, that sensitive, that very like generous energy to make other people smile, and that's your that's why you are so attractive. It's because you have this gentle side to yourself, or maybe a bit romantic. It's like you are soft in the way you approach people. It's like I don't know if you can see in this card, we have the in this astrological card, we have on the left we have the Venus representation, and on the right we have the Pisces representation. And actually in the Pisces representation we can see like a genderless person. Is like, I would say it's like a mermaid. It's that if you look at, you don't know whether it's a female or a male, because it's like really ethereal. So that's what happens with Pisces energy. It's like they are enchantress. They enchant you, but you don't know how to explain the way their appeal. So I think in this sense, since Jungi is a Pisces, it's like Hobby is able to connect his Venus in Pisces with Jungi's Pisces sun. So it's like he reconnects with this. He can even be a little bit like sweet and let himself be cute, or be tender with around Hobby, because Hobby reminds him of this Pisces energy. Because Jungi, like I said in other videos about him, he is a Pisces, but he also has the influence of Virgo. So being a Virgo moon is not easy for someone to be expressive when it comes to being emotional, when it comes to be vulnerable, when it comes to being able to connect with how you feel. It makes you feel rather at the defensive. It's like you're always like trying to have everything under control, and you don't want to show any emotions, and you get really nervous because your mind is like moves too fast. And they are really perfectionists. So when you are a perfectionist in your inner world, sometimes you do struggle with being authentic. You do struggle. It's like you cannot be authentic about who you are or what you want, because you feel this Virgo tendency of wanting to search for perfectionism. So it's like they are always thinking about a way to improve themselves. It's like, but they also think about everything that they're not, or maybe they think they have like a negative kind of approach about themselves. It's like they do go to really deep and not so nice like a process about themselves. They are very perfectionist, so it's hard for them to be able to embrace themselves and not being so alert. So whenever Hobby comes with this energy, with this Pisces, Venus in Pisces, it's like he's like a mermaid. He is like this ethereal kind of love that is like he, and besides being a moon in Taurus, Taurus is also ruled by Venus, so there's like a good connection with his emotional needs and also the Pisces attractiveness. So he's definitely very. What is Venus actually in the sign? Well, Venus represents in our birth chart. It represents what we find attractive, what we find beautiful, what we find attractive in a possible partner, what we want in a relationship, what kind of partner we want them to be, and how we are able to, or how we conduct ourselves to be able to receive that potential love. So when you have Venus in Pisces, this man is really highly emotional, is very sensitive and affectionate with his partner. He's going to be really sweet, and it's like, for him it's like, when he meets someone that he really likes, he feels like he found his soulmate, because he found the purpose of his whole experience, because Pisces way of feeling is really abundant, is really like almost like unconditional, in a sense that it has no barriers. So it's like they get attached emotionally really strong, and sometimes in a very psychic way also. So it's like they could be able to manifest someone if they put their intention and mind to it. um, for him, it's like finding this kind of person that he really likes. He feels like it's a whole experience about being able to share like moments of happiness with that someone, to find someone that can support him like emotionally in times where he needs. Is what his heart wants. His heart wants to be able to express his feelings without fear. He wants to. It's like he wants to pour all his emotional feelings and romanticism to this partner. It's like a never-ending source of love. He's really honest and pure about love, and he can be really intuitive and sociable, and actually it's like he loses himself in the other person. This is a characteristic that a lot of Pisces energies have to be really careful about. Sometimes they can become so maybe in love, and they can become really like attached by the ones they love, that they tend to not being able to see clearly about their partner's real intentions. It's like they become blind to their partner's maybe sometimes flaws, or maybe not so bright parts, because it's like they put you on a pedestal. It's like they 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 fantasize so much about finding you, about you being the one, about you being part of their lives. So it's like sometimes they blind themselves to the real thing about their partner, or maybe this tendency to, it's like to be like, oh, we're going to be together no matter what. I'm going to be devoted to you, even though maybe his partner, I don't know, it's like they're too sensitive, and they become really vulnerable when they are in a relationship with someone. It's like they give their all. It's as if they open up to you in a very like emotional way, so they can become easily a victim of, if that partner is a bit like distrustful, or it's a bit like a liar, or or it's someone that is not very honest. It's like for them it's not easy to recognize that his partner has flaws, that his partner may not be that wonderful person he thinks he is, because he's not thinking, he's not seeing that person for what that person is. He's projecting, he's seeing his dream person, he's seeing his soulmate, so he doesn't, he's not able to see the reality. Pisces energy tend to do this kind of avoidance of reality. It's like they avoid to see the signs, some maybe red flags, they like avoid it. And what he is attracted to is actually someone very sensitive and emotional. He cannot have those kinds of relationship where everything is just not magical. It's like he wants to have like this fairy tale connection, this larger than life kind of love story, and he also dreams about being that the other person soulmate and being that special for the other person. So they will definitely, since Pisces is a mutable sign. Mutable, it means that you can adjust. It's like you can be like a chameleon. You can turn into what the other person's desires are. So he is like that. He can become whoever. Once he finds your needs, what you really want in a relationship, he can totally forget about himself and become this person's desire. So it's an ability, it's a gift, but it's also a bit dangerous when you don't control it, in the sense that he can lose himself, he can lose who he is in the relationship. It's like he can lose who he really is in order to get that person to fall in love with them. So there's a bit of like tendency to maybe get too imaginative, to get too dreamy, to get too fantasize too much about something, that maybe he sees all rainbows and colors and rainbows and unicorns, and actually that person is not even. And for people around him, it's like, oh, we can see the reality from here, but it's not easy for a Venus in Pisces to be able to say, oh yes, I admit it. My partner is not really nice with me, or maybe he's not the person they told me they were. There's a lot of fantasy elements in this Pisces energy. So he really likes someone. He likes feminine kind of person, someone that is kind, generous, empathic, understanding, someone that can be a bit dependable. That he feels, it's like he feels, because Pisces is all about serving others, about assisting others, about helping others. So if that person is going through some trouble, he definitely is going to be there to rescue. He will be the rescuer of the relationship, because he is this kind of very sensible and very like devoted kind of man. So because he is really intuitive when he is in love, or when he is connected to this Venus in Pisces, when he's feeling attracted to someone and he starts to feel a connection, it's like he becomes highly intuitive. Which this is like he's able to see beyond his partner, he's able to see through his partner, but sometimes it depends on the honesty of that person. If he's luckily, which we can pray that he finds someone that it's really like loyal and has good values, and doesn't want to play with him, with his heart, he will be really blessed to have them in their lives, and they will be really blessed to have him as their partner. But he just have to be careful not to fall too much in love and become blinded. He likes the kind of person that has like this elusive aura around them, like not like hard to get, but just elusive in a way that it's like you cannot completely understand what they're about, because they are a whole mystery. It's like you can never reach them entirely. So someone that is really peaceful, brings him tranquility, because he likes also to face this kind of harmony. It's like he wants to go to an imaginary kind of world when he is with his special someone, where he can go to a place where nothing can disturb them or nothing can affect them. He dreams a lot about dreaming in a world that is a bit more is kinder and more harmonious than the world we live in today. So he dreams about that. He dreams about stepping outside sometimes this toxic world, or this toxic environment. He dreams a lot about. It's like he feels that once he is with his special someone, is that it's like if he was able to fly away in his imagination with this person. So he could be extremely intrigued and fascinated by something at the moment, and the next he could become a bit dispirited. It's like because Pisces, like I already mentioned, it's a mutable energy. So when it means that it's always changing. So he can be really sweet and maybe a bit elusive himself. So it depends about his other placements. But I believe that for him, it's like for him it's not going to be easy to open up, since he is an Aquarius and his moon is in Taurus. It's like he's not going to get away from reality, because his moon in Taurus, being an earth sign, is like, thank God, it gives him this kind of realism about. But he definitely wants someone to spend a good time with. And we can have faith in him, because his intuition will let him know about the motivations of the people around him, and this also he can be really be really useful for any kind of relationship. I mean, we are talking about Venus in Pisces, but it's like the Venus in Pisces, the Venus in the signs gets activated every time we have an emotional bond with someone. So it can be, I don't know, it can be like a relationship with the other members because there are feelings involved, or it can be with a family member. It's like, I remember once I think it was like a fifth gathering, that they were talking about, I think it was Jimin and the other members also added, were talking about hobby, and they said that hobby was the rock, because he always kept them together, and this reminds me of the moon in Taurus, because the moon in Taurus people are very like this silent kind of rock. It's like you can tell that he is there for you, but he's not going to be like hovering around you and like being, oh yes, I'm here, please come and talk to me. He's like, no, he's like silently being close to you just in case you need him. He's not going to reach out to you or being like invasive. Actually, he's going to be respectful when it comes to this. But it's like he's like someone that is not moved very easily. And when he's been emotional, it's because his Venus in Pisces is activated. So because since he's very intuitive, since he's in touch with his intuitive side, he can sometimes absorb the energy of the room and maybe absorb some emotions that are not being said or are not being, like, we have to remember that the other members, including Shua, they have like a lot of influence of earth and fire signs. So because a lot of them, most of them are earth signs, then the others have a lot of fire energy. And for example, Jungi is a Pisces, but Jungi has an earth moon and he has a fire Venus. So sometimes for them it's easier to confront each other about some things and to think about what they want individually, but it's not easy for them to connect when it comes to real emotions, like real deep, because it's like they don't know how. They have these defense mechanisms that they don't know how. Eventually, with time, they have discovered. I'm sure they have like counselors and all stuff that help them to be a little bit more educated when it comes to expressing how they feel. But when it comes to hobby, I have always sensed, and Jimin said it too, that I think it was June actually, the one who said it, that hobby was like water, that he was like water. And I found that expression really like a poetry, really poetic. But at the same time, I realized that that's his Venus in Pisces that June is describing. That that water. It's like he adapts. He doesn't get on anyone's way. He adapts. He flows. He's always flowing. He's always remembering himself to be centered and to flow with whatever may come his way in an emotional way. So that's why he doesn't joke on his emotions. That's why he doesn't get like too much into his feelings, because he's like, he has all this earth energy, but it's like when he needs to calm himself, he's able to dive into these emotions, into this water, and he's able to master it. So and then they continue saying that maybe for Jungi and for June was easier to talk, to gather everyone together and be like, let's talk about what happened. But it's not easy for them to listen, and that it's really like important to be able to listen, and that they do not have that they haven't mastered that ability, and that hobby does that really well. He's always in the corner, like listening, staring at the members and listening. It's like he's absorbing information, but he's not absorbing information to gain something in return. He's absorbing the information because he wants to be empathic. He wants to be empathic. He wants to be able to, okay, I will listen to your point of view, and then I will listen the other, and then I will listen the other. So this is how he is able to build these strong bonds with the members, because he accepts the members silently, quietly. He accepts them. They know they are accepted by hobby. They know that hobby has this aura that is his Venus in Pisces that makes him really compassionate toward the ones he loves. So, in this sense, he he's very dreamy. He's very dreamy. So he definitely is someone that he loves, someone that it's very like a dream for him. He doesn't like conflicts on his love lives. He doesn't want a partner to be arguing all the time. He just wants someone that he can be in harmony, in balance, that he can be affectionate with, that he can be compassionate with, and that there's mutual understanding between each other. This is the essence of what he wants in a partner, what he finds attractive. So he's definitely someone that may be a bit like always like changing, and maybe one day he's in a mood and the other day he's in another mood, but it's because of the Pisces mutable energy. So he's going to be a very loyal and devoted lover. So he needs someone that also can can be honest with him and sensitive. Also someone that is really able to open up emotionally, someone that can be straightforward with that sensitiveness. It's like he doesn't want a cold woman, someone that doesn't know, or someone that cannot be romantic, or someone that maybe feels a bit awkward with the romantic gestures, because he's going to be that way. So he definitely wants to live that fairy like fairy tale kind of history. So he's going to be really empathic with her, with his special someone. So he deserves to be loved for all eternity because he's very sensitive and affectionate. But it will take time. It will take time for him to really be able to get in touch with this kind of person, and I do hope that he finds the one. So thank you guys for being here once again. This was my reading interpretation on hobbies, Venus in Pisces on his birth chart. So I will see you in the next video that is going to be about Jimin's Venus in Scorpio. So let's see. Let's see you in the next video, and thank you so much for being here, and please like it and subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you so much. Bye.